most beautiful circuit in the world this weekend hosts the biggest mini race on the planet. Good afternoon and welcome to Bellissima Puglia. This is the Conca World Circuit in Salento. Great to have your company as we race the second edition of the WSK Mini Super Cup. In just a moment, the first of our two races here today. Firstly, the Mini Under 10 final and then the Mini Group 3 category. Great to have your company here this afternoon. It's a beautiful day, a little bit of cloud cover just a moment ago, but those clouds blowing out towards the Adriatic Sea, towards the coast. Nearby Otranto, where on a clear day you can see all the way across the Adriatic Sea to Albania and the mountain ranges to the north of Greece. You can almost see it today if the clouds do clear as the carts are on the grid, and we are ready to race and decide the title for the Mini Under 10 category. The first edition was held in 2023. Jacopo Martinez taking victory over Dean the Dutchman Hugendorn, who will line up again later this afternoon to try and take this title, which eluded him by 2.3 seconds 12 months ago. Christian Costoya finishing third on that day, with Augustus Toniolo from Brazil, a very happy boy. The South American finishing P4 last September, in fact it was, the first edition of the WSK Mini Super Cup. Here today, the first running of the Mini Under 10 category and then the original 60 Mini class in just a moment. Just still a few moments away from the start of this 10-lap final. You can see through the graphic, that is the Conca World Circuit, 1,250 metres. Sebastian Eskandari will start from pole position. Before we race the final, let's check out some of the highlights of what has taken place so far this weekend here at La Conca. Maximus Ornt from Sweden took pole position in qualifying yesterday with a time of 52.291, but the Ward Racing team driver starts out of grid 10 for the final. It is a Tony kart still, which will start on pole position. Sebastian Eskandari, the boy from Brisbane, out of grid 1 in the Vortex-powered Tony karts. The engine, now manufactured in Pravale, has been quick, and he will start on the front row of the grid alongside the pole Leo Gorski, who took victory in the WSK Open Series at Castelletto di Branduzzo. Baby race, second on the grid, just ahead of Antoine Fanant in the DAP. One of two Belgians, that is the Queenslander Sebastian Eskandari. The Vortex-powered Tony kart, he led at Cremona in the Supermaster Series before he was shuffled back, finished off the podium, desperate to take the victory, and he may well do it in 10 laps time. The 1 minute board goes up. Sebastian to the left of your screen, Leo Gorski, the British-based pole for Team Baby Race. Second on the grid, the Lewis replica helmet of Leo. Out of grid 2, Antoine Fanant, one of two Belgians inside the top 6. Second row of the grid, Kiddix Driver Academy DAP, alongside the French-American Alessandro Truchot. The carts fire into life. Sebastian looks across to Leo, and we set off on the formation lap here at La Conca. And with that, we'll take a look at the grid for the Under 10 Mini Super Cup for 2023. Sebastian Eskandari will start from pole position alongside Leo Gorski. Antoine Fanant, the Belgian, in the DAP out of 3. Alessandro Truchot, Mini Kutzkoff and De Kleine Kumpen, that's Henry out of 6. Eduardo Carlucci has been superb. Starts alongside Legeki, the WSK Champions Cup champion, Albert Taub, and the fastest qualifier from Sweden for Ward Racing, Maximus Ornt, Nicolo Perico. And then the first of the Waltz brothers, that's Drew from Boise, Idaho. Mike Gardley, Julian Frasnelli, superb on debut in WSK. Rovelli, Malata, Ray, who won at Franciacorta. Cini, then it's Yanni, Xavier Lazaro in the DR kart. Mason Robertson, Roland Nagy, Mattia Altieri, Dudkowski, Osachi Shushlovsky, Turkiano, Kodasi, Lee, Stepan Matzep, and Yuno Park, Mark Lumetz, Tiberius Muller, the Kiddix Driver Performance Team, DDF for KGT Motorsport, Davide Di Filippo, Lorenzo Di Pietrantonio, Oliver Svinga, the Slovakian in the 542 CRG, and Daniel Pasquale. Also for the team of Stefano Tredicini, KGT Motorsport. On the final roll of the grid, Sebastian, the Queenslander, still smarting off his state's victory in the first State of Origin clash in Adelaide a few weeks ago. We'll see what they can do in a few weeks' time. We'll see what Sebastian can do in 10 laps' time. The Tony Kart racing driver on pole position. Welcome to the most beautiful circuit in the world. This is La Conca. This is the first running of the under 10 category in the WSK Mini Super Cup. We race. Sebastian down into turn one. And Leo Gorski, he wasn't happy with the start, but the pole follows him through into position two. Clean start as the Tony Kart leads the way out of turn three. Looks over his right shoulder, and he's being hassled already by the baby race Paralin. A couple of karts in the background have gone off. There is Venant in position four in the tap. An incident further back in the pack involving Rovelli, Roland Nagy, Tiberius Muller, Di Filippo, and Di Pietrantonio. They've all got going, but way down the field. As Sebastian tries to break away in the vortex-powered Tony Kart, he leads down through the chicane for the first time. There are those drivers just getting on with it way down the field. All the drivers are fine, and we race green, and it's the green machine who leads at the end of lap one. Good start by Crucial as well. As the two drivers from Belgium, Fanon and Kumpen, they're in 4 and 5. Sebastian pulling away, it's looking ominous. Gorski in P2, Crucial in third place. The French-speaking Belgium in the tap. That's Antoine Venant. The Dutch-speaking Belgium, that is Henry Kumpen. The Kleine Kumpen on the back of Venant in P5. We go back to Legenki, und Mini Kutzkov, Carl Lucci, and Waltz rounds out the top 10. Good start from Drew Waltz. Former rider in the BMX World Championships in 2019, competing at Zolder. Before even starting in the world of kart racing, he's now inside the top 10 in the biggest mini race in the world as Venant down the inside of Crucial. The Scusa Winter Nationals champion. He took that title in Miami, Florida in February to start 2023, but he falls back off the podium as Sebastian tries to pull away from Leo Gorski. The gap, 0.23 of a second. Legenki's coming. Legenki's the fastest driver on the circuit. There is the team driver from Ukraine on the back of Crucial as Kumpen and Venant both gang up and put the French-American back to 5, back to 6. Here comes Maximus. Und down the inside, what a move by the Swede. To the Maximus. Und takes the both of them. The Ward Racing Tony Kart, 2 karts in one corner. Und now up into P5. Sebastian, Leo Gorski glued to the back of him as they complete the third lap of this 10-lap final, throws it in sideways. There's Maximus from Crucial, Paul Lucci. Kutzkos there as well as Alex Malotto, who didn't set a time in qualifying, but has come storming through the field. There's the Slovakian for the Firefly Racing Team. He's now over to P8, ahead of Waltz, Legenki, Cini, and Mini Kutzkov. Sebastian can't escape from Leo Gorski. And Venant, he's coming. Gorski with a 53.057, marginally faster than the Australian, who goes P1 in the vortex-powered Tony Kart. Up the back straight on lap 4 of 10. To Kleine Kumpen. Stand by for our friends watching on live in Poland and in England. Leo Gorski has copped a 3-second penalty. Oh boy, look at that, the graphic at the bottom of your screen, it's not wrong. Gorski is P5, Sebastian leads. Gorski has got a 3-second penalty. A sensation here at La Conca. There is Venant on the back of Gulpen, so the Belgians are in fact second and third. Sebastian trying to win it outright on the race, on the track, may not even know that the pole has been penalised 3 seconds. If Sebastian stays within striking distance, he will win. Gorski across the line in P1, a 3-second penalty. It puts him back to P5. Sebastian is leading the race, despite the fact he's in second place in the final. Gorski P1 on track with the fastest sector as well. Sebastian will win the final if he stays near the pole. The Belgians are second and third. They're 3 and 4 on the track. Look at the front nose cone. The front spoiler of Henry Gulpen's car. Let's hope for his sake. It's still in place. It does not look good, let's be honest. Venant P4 on the road. P3 in the race. There's Maximus Unt. Trushol, Legenki, Walt, Colucci. So we start lap 8 of 10. Gorski, a 3-second penalty, needs to shake Sebastian by 3 seconds. It won't happen unless disaster befalls the Australian, but he's been in brilliant form all week. Gorski, the race lead on the road, but he's now P5 overall. It is Sebastian Eskandari in P1. Henry Gulpen P2, Venant P3. Maximus Unt with the fastest lap of the race, 52.416. Fastest qualifier, remember, for Ward Racing. He's now P3 on the provisional podium. We complete lap 8 of 10. Sebastian may not know that he is the race leader. They ride the slight bumps down through the world-famous chicane at the world-famous La Conca circuit into the final corner. Here's an opportunity for Sebastian. Does not need to pass to take the victory. He wants to, though. Gets the slipstream. They come across the start-finish line. Gorski, P1 on the road. Sebastian, P2 at 102 kilometres an hour. This is lap 9 of 10. Into turn 3, Sebastian waits the gap. He's 0.8 of a second back to the first Belgian. Decline to Gulpen. He's P2. Venant's P3. He's been caught by Maximus. 3, 4, 5 on the road. That is the fight, in fact, for the final step of the podium. Another faster sector for Maximus. The Tony kart is hooked up and flying here at La Conca. Down the inside. Maximus attacks. He takes the both of them. Venant gets him back on the exit. Qualifier for Ward Racing from Sweden. Gorski with a podium in the Supermaster Series at Sana. We'll be racing 2 weeks' time, the final round of the WSK Open Series. A victory at Castelletto. He'll cross the line, it seems, in P1, but he won't take the title. Sebastian is half a lap from claiming the WSK Mini Super Cup. He may not even know it. Down the back straight for the final time, the Belgians fight amongst themselves. Maximus is P2 defending where the 3-second penalty falls. Heartbreak is about to befall the Polish driver. He will cross the line in position 1 is Sebastian. Stays within 3 seconds. The Australian will win the title. The checkered flag waves. Gorski crosses the line in P1. The 3-second penalty is applied. Sebastian Eskandari, the Australian, has won the WSK Mini Super Cup here at La Conca. Maximus P2, Gorski some consolation. Well, as the two Belgians fought amongst themselves, Gorski claims position 3 on the podium. Wow, what a finish to a fabulous weekend of racing in 60 Mini under 10. Sebastian Eskandari from the Belmont State School in Brisbane, Australia, has just won the biggest race of his career, the Tony Kart Racing Team driver. Let's remember, powered by Vortex. He's won at La Conca. Fastest lap of the race incidentally for Maximus Unt with a 52.335. Sebastian Eskandari has just won the WSK Mini Super Cup. Maximus from Grid 10, let's not forget. The Tony Karts, 1 and 2. And Gorski, he crossed the line in P1. Heartbreak, but some consolation. The pole finishes P3. The two Belgians, Venant, Gulpen, Truchot, Bravissimo, Eduardo Colucci. All this week, Legenki Waltz, the American, and Simi in another Tony car finishes P10. Well, his countryman William Kaleja won the final round of the Supermaster Series at Cremona. We think back to the previous Australian drivers, James Wharton, Oscar Piastri, Joey Mawson. Sure I'm missing one or two in there. Oh, Jumping Jack, of course, who won in Finland. No, it was Sweden, Kristianstad in 2017. Sebastian Eskandari, and the Australian has won the biggest race of his career, the Mini Under 10 Super Cup here at La Conca. Well, stay with us. We'll have the podium presentation, and the greatest anthem in the world is about to ring out here in the south of Italy. No impartiality. The Australian wins from the Swede and Leo Gorski in P3. Stay with us. The podium presentation live from La Conca in just a moment.